There's a law on the books in Missouri right now many are calling absurd and worse, unsafe even. A law that says a woman cannot get a divorce if she's pregnant.
And in some cases, that means a pregnant woman can't divorce even in cases of abuse. But it's not just in Missouri. This is a law in several states.
I fear for my safety and my kids' safety if my real name was used.
So we'll call her Elle. And for years, Elle endured abuse from her husband.
I don't think I truly realized it until it was happening in front of and then towards our firstborn child.
Enough was enough, and Elle filed for divorce until she learned legally she couldn't escape.
And at that point, I was told that in Missouri, you cannot get a divorce when you are pregnant. And it was just crushing because I did not know that that was the case.
Elle is far from alone.
Over and over again, clients come in with 8, 10 kids sometimes.
Sarah Brammer is with Synergy Services, a Kansas City-based domestic violence housing program.
How often do you see these types of situations?
Frequently. It's difficult for me to count, but it happens more often than you might guess.
Brammer says in many of the cases, the women are trapped.
Very often, offenders will keep their partners pregnant and use pregnancy or reproductive coercion as a way of controlling their partner. It's not lost to offenders that a pregnant woman can't get divorced.
It was a law established back in 1973 requiring divorcing couples to state whether the wife was pregnant. The idea behind it, to hold men financially responsible for the children they fathered.
And similar legislation exists in 4 other states: Texas, Arkansas, Arizona, and California.
That's an old-time, stupid piece of thinking.
Missouri Congressman Emanuel Cleaver doesn't mince words.
This is something you expect in the 1700s. And when I first found out that these states were involved in it, I just couldn't believe it.
The congressman says not only is this law antiquated, it's dangerous.
This kind of law is a request for abuse because if they can't get out of the relationship, they're going to be with a person who abused them, and a judge is maybe unintentionally setting up this woman for abuse.
In fact, according to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, 1 in 6 women are first abused during pregnancy. Even more disturbing, homicide is the leading cause of death among pregnant women in the U.S.
It's something that we've got to stop, and we need to stop it right now and right here.
Enter the Pregnancy Empowerment Act, a law Cleaver proposed to fellow lawmakers in July of this year that says a woman no longer has to state if she's pregnant when filing for divorce, ensuring expectant moms the freedom to make their own choice about divorce.
I think this legislation can overshadow any state legislation that could come on the books.
Legislation that could have delivered Elle to safety. Instead, her life only got worse.
The abuse did intensify once we came back because somehow he found out that I had talked to an attorney.
Living on hope and prayers.
I was sleeping on the floor of our child's bedroom because I thought that was the safest place.
Until the day she would truly be safe and free.
That day of freedom finally came after Elle's second child was born, and she was able to save enough money and gain enough courage to file for divorce again. Now, as for the Pregnancy Empowerment Act, Cleaver says that he already has the backing from Congress. In fact, when he introduced it, he had the support of 26 other lawmakers.